Okay, so as I said, I've spoken to people in Batunia, in that area, in Batang Igan, the Kampung Kebau was the name of this one I was talking about. The people in where else was it? I'm sorry, I got confused for a minute. I've also heard a story about the Sungai Sut area in Kapit. Sungai Sut, where apparently you have a 60-year lease for 100,000 hectares, and as far as I heard the story, a reporter from the Sarawak Report turned up there to ask them what they knew about your operations on NCR land, and that they said they had no idea, and to the point where people in this community started crying apparently when he told them this news. Is this something I should be paying much attention to?
Actually, the fact is that we don't have the list. We don't have the list. Okay, if you're referring to our LPF. LPF means license for planted forest. There's only a license to plant trees in the area for 60 years. Okay, and in the condition of the license is that any native claim land or any title land will be excluded, automatically excluded. Okay, so we only plant trees in those land where there is no dispute.
So you're saying
this is what we are practicing until now.
So you're saying that these people up here, I admit I didn't go there, I just heard the story.
Yeah.
Are they misunderstanding the story, or are they are they being told the wrong story from someone?
There's a lot of, election is coming up. Election is coming out, and there's a lot of things that goes into report that is to come up with all kind of sensational news. I think this is where whenever there's election about to come in, all kind of claims, accusations come in. I think for us is, you have to understand that the law, the forest law of Sarawak comes right during from the Brooke period to British period to the Sarawak government period. That there is a process of law and of law of the land, Sarawak land law, over that period. And that law says that, okay, this is demarcation area or forest reserve area. This is the area for state land area. It's very well defined. All these are, and it is very defined by the Department of Land and Survey, and quite well defined by Forestry Department. We work within that premise because when we apply for any area to do things, we apply to the government. They will give us the list. And when they do the list, there will be a lot of work done by the government. They have district office, their sub-district office, there are all the other office, which is supposed to see whether the land is encumbered or not encumbered. There's state land, that's what they call encumbered state land, and there's this thing called unencumbered state land. So whenever the list is made, most of the time, the Department of Land and the district office have already marked that this area are unencumbered. So if the area is encumbered, then you can plan or you can lease that land for the whatever economic purpose you want to do. So that's the way we have been used to do the work for the last many years.
But for Sud, the area you mentioned, we don't have the list.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, your critics would say that the whole system here is corrupt, and that your cousin, the Chief Minister, Mr. Taib, has a conflict of interest, as you do, because of your various positions on, the forestry. The Timber Development Corporation overseeing the industry. The Chief Minister is also in charge of overseeing the environmental impacts assessments. The whole system of handing out land, according to your critics, is is based on cronyism and handing out land to friends and family of the Chief Minister. So this is what your critics are saying. So all of this discussion we've just had is kind of ignoring that elephant in the room.
No, I guess just for your information, I guess you have to learn that. I keep saying that the Chief Minister had thousands of cousins. And also, in the term of Sarawak case, you have to understand that I'm probably the only native who have gone up, very high up in the forest industry or the other, become a businessman, been involved in a lot of business in different areas. But this accumulation of this thing does not come because people like us just sit down there and do nothing. I'm one of the earliest guy. First, I'm qualified in the forestry. Second, I also have been managing companies that have been not doing well, and will build it up to do pretty well. Quite build up companies that almost bankrupt to be a very successful company. And we have that. I feel that I have a lot of ability to manage companies and managing opportunities. And I see opportunity when people don't see it. So this is how we look at things, you know. So business entrepreneurship layer development is a lot of people who can manage opportunity. I just happen to be, of all the native in Sarawak, I'm probably the only one, very, very few of us, particularly, who can grab this opportunity.
But people say that's because of your connection to the Chief Minister.
It could be. There are thousands, as I said, of other relatives I have. They would not be able to achieve what I achieved. I think the best for me not to say that is probably people like KH. Why we went together and developed probably KH will say.
Well, the same critics would probably say that your success is in part based on your connection with
and
the Chief Minister.
The thing is, it's not the result is getting the opportunity. It's how we can create. It's like I give you a piece of rough diamond. Until you can have the ability to cut it, to shine it, to do everything, to create it a value, and to be a tradable value, then it becomes. If you don't do that, it has the worth. You might say it's just a rock. We have that ability. I've shown that ability in many other fields too. It's not just in the housing development area. I developed land who belongs to Chinese. I have done quite a lot of this work over the years. I've done construction work. I've done quite a lot of work. But the most important part is we are hands-on operators. We're not. If you see in the context of Sarawak, I'm probably the only native company basically doing a lot of this work. Why did the others? There are thousands of them who have been given licenses. They've been given a lot of opportunity all over. If you go through the list of licensees in Sarawak, probably you can hear about hundreds of native being given. Why is it only Abdul Hamid Sapawi is the one successful today and not the others?
What about this idea that the whole system is corrupt in Sarawak? And the Bruno Mauser Fund, for example, has released their list of corrupt companies, of which Tahan is included on the list.
Yes, whatever they say is beyond. We cannot stop them from saying anything. But at the same time, we look at it. Are we responsible first to the state in developing the state? I said yes, we are responsible to developing the state. Are we providing job to people? Yes, we are doing that. Are we using our money to reinvest in a lot of the industry in the state? Yes, we reinvest in plantation. We invest whatever profit, we invest quite a lot in forest plantation. Whatever, also invest in palm oil plantation. It's a lot of investment, and not just investment in money. It's investment in people. We back people, we develop people. So you created industry. So this industry is what all these people are. They are engineers, they are from accountants, and they are lawyers, everything that comes from this process that we do. We're creating. We have made it happen to a lot of them. And then the most important point is for us now, can we make this operation sustainable? But if we try to correct all what the the critics say you are doing this, you are cousins, and we got so bogged down. We try to manage all these small fires everywhere. We will not be able to achieve what we want to do. I think for us is what are we going to do? I'm involved in quite many other areas. I said the most important is how will Sarawak be in 10, 20, 50 years? How do all of us build ourselves to meet that target so that we can be proud of basically to be able to be like how the Australian can live, to have this high income level, how the Holland live, how Sweden can live. They can do it. And I think we can do it also, provided we put a lot of energy and resources to develop human resources, research and development, because at the end of the day, we have fantastic fundamental in this tropic area. See, if you look at it, for thousands of years, we have been doing shifting cultivation. What's the value of it? I don't say. There are a lot of economists who will talk about value, but that value is what. Then people say tomorrow I come in and talk to the guy, okay, I'll help you develop oil palm or other cash crop to do this. Suddenly it increases its value. So that's what people like us are coming. We create value on what is there. Because at the end of the day, the tropics, this area has fantastic things. I said, we have 12 months in the year, we have beautiful weather. Means we have sun, from sunlight, we have even weather for 12 months in a year, we have good rainfall. So this is where we should basically start from and build it up. To us, that's how we look at things.
But as you know, land is a very important issue here.
Yes.
And the people I've been speaking to, your critics from both Indigenous and non-Indigenous critics I've spoken to, say that the whole system is fundamentally flawed, that people with a connection to the Chief Minister get the opportunities and others don't. And can you explain to me how you think that the whole process of land allocation is a fair process?
I don't know. Probably you look, not just Sarawak, you look at Australia, say for example. So who owns the mining rights, mining places? Those prospectors who go out there, takes the GPL, that goes into gross property license, and it goes into then you have people like Hancock, you have all these different people who have all the different mining rights all over Australia. That was the process developed well over many years when we inherit a lot of this system from the previous government, from the British, that is the way things are doing. So people like us go out, we survey there, we go out. So people, you can blame us for doing it. You can blame us for going to develop an industry. But it's people like us who put a lot of investment, human resource, build up a financial capability to be able to build an industry so that there is an industry to the state. Otherwise, we become just like, as I said, an undeveloped state. And for us, I always feel this